Hey, this is Joe Cox Jr., getting you through this narcissistic world, making your life more simple once you have clarity to your life. That's what it's all about, getting clarity of why people act the way they do, how to properly respond to where it gives you strength. So today we're going to talk about why is it that we feel like we're set up to fail from these people. There's so many people that misunderstand how life is supposed to work. I call it like playing a game of life, for instance. If you play a board game, there's certain rules you go by, and everybody has an equal chance, except for the one that has clarity and knowledge of the game. The more you understand that game, that gives the person the upper hand. And that's the way life works. The more you understand life, the more it works for you and happens for you, not to you. So what we're going to talk about today, why is it that we seem to think that life is against us, especially with the narcissist in our life? When I was growing up, I noticed that no matter what, I couldn't win. I wasn't allowed to win. So, for instance, I remember this like it was yesterday. And I've told you a lot of stuff about my life, but there's a lot of small things I didn't say. And this will give you a good example. And I remember when I was in sixth grade, my mother was always about control. As most of you know, if you've listened to my other videos, she is a overt malignant narcissist. I could never do anything right. If I did anything to where it was right, she was going to change it. Anything good, she had to change to where I would pay the price for it. So at school in sixth grade, I remember they had these contests and running contests and some type of physical education. But I remember that I was getting good at the long jump. And I actually beat the guy that actually, I remember his name, Dennis. Um, I beat the guy on the long jump. The first time I ever succeeded at anything. Of course, I'm young still, 11, 12 years old. My youngest brother, I don't even think had been born yet. And I go home and tell my mother, I won, I won. I didn't coordinate the two that all of a sudden now she's got me wearing Sunday shoes, church, those hard shoes that you wear to church. She started dressing me, but she already dressed me to not fit in. But at that point, she started making me wear hard shoes. You know why? I couldn't jump anymore at school, and I couldn't take any other shoes to class. This is just an example of all the toxicity in my life. Now, let me make sure on all these videos, I'm telling you these stories to show you what I went through. I don't want anybody to have pity on me. I don't have pity on me. I don't feel sadness. I feel sadness for my mother that couldn't take any joy in my success. Today, I know what I was capable of. I know my drive. I came into this life so excited about life. I don't know if any of you know of what's called an angel reading. And I went and had this person do a reading on me. And it's like, kind of like what was your life, how were you prepared to come to life and what were you supposed to accomplish and that sort of thing. Just, it kind of gives you an outlook of how you can kind of get towards your real self. I don't know if you know anything about past life regression. I have had one of those done too. I've done a lot of stuff on the energy world to help get through and help learn how to grow from where I am. But this angel reading basically, and this lady didn't know my mother, okay? She said, your mother had turned against you, but she was supposed to come here to be your strength. She was supposed to guide you. And that's what I've always felt. There's some things I was supposed to accomplish here in life I haven't been able to accomplish. And I think that that's part of what weighs so heavy on me. It's like, how do I accomplish my goal of when, coming here to this life? Because I believe we all have a purpose and we all have an ultimate thing we need. And a lot of times we don't find until we're in our 50s. Everything we built upon, a lot of kids today think that by 16, 17, 18, 20, 25, 30 years old, you're going to know your ultimate purpose. But your basic purpose is to, you came into this world the perfect you, and your ultimate purpose is to become the best you. So once we get to that point of becoming and evolving into a person, and we get all the, because wisdom comes from experiences. So we start doing all these experiences, and this is where you gain wisdom through working with people, talking with people, that sort of thing. And if you notice, a lot of older people that have wisdom, they don't have very many friends. They're kind of to themselves. They kind of like their quiet. They like their serenity. That's no accident. There's a reason for that. And it goes back to the consciousness level. So part of all these videos is connecting all these dots to make sure you understand how all this plays in to where you are and where you want to go. So now let's go back to the class where now my mother has now set me up to fail at 6th grade. In 8th grade, I wanted to play, well, let's see, 8th grade, yeah, I think I wanted to play an instrument. Or no, the instruments were back in the elementary. I wanted to play sports and going into 8th grade. Well, I realized that, I mean, I went out for everything I could, and I would have to walk home, or just no support. And if I started to do well, she would find a reason why I couldn't finish trying out, or I was really not very good because I never played any type of little league sports. And I really didn't have any confidence in myself, but I knew something was in me somewhere. And you know it too. If you reach down, you will know that there's something deep down inside you that you need to pull out. Remember, all your greatness is not out here in the world. All your greatness is within you. You have everything you need deep inside here. And all these videos are help chip away at all that toxic stuff and open it up to where you can start seeing the light. Some are in a very dark place right now. Some have gotten halfway out. Some are towards the end. Hopefully, all this information is going to help you in some way. But what we're talking about today is being set up to fail. So now here we are. I can't play sports. I'm not allowed to play sports at 16 years old. So at 16 years old, my mother, that's when she remarried. She had a new husband. I thought that he was going to be the savior, if you will, come in and protect me against her and try to figure out, why is she so mean to me? Well, just the opposite happened. Now I understand what codependency is. He's very passive, and he supports her. And at 16, I just up and left. And I couldn't believe that he could watch me walk away, her just telling me how worthless I am and wanting to stay with a woman like that right after he married her. I look back to this day and it still blows my mind. If I had married somebody and they treated their own child that way, I'd not only would I be gone, but I'd be out trying to help that child to figure out, wait a minute. I never had anybody come up to me and say, Joe, you know, what's going on is not right. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that we just feel left. I can't even explain it. We just feel like we're just forgotten. We feel like nobody cares. Nobody wants us. The narcissists set life up against us on purpose. That's not an accident. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you guys. From my heart to yours, I wish you nothing but blessings. Bye-bye.